Hi, I'm Diana, and welcome back to our Tuesday series called UnBlah Your Life, where we tackle small projects that will add up to big differences in your life. Today's project is UnBlah Your Purse. And I unblawed specifically this purse that I picked up at the thrift store for about $13. I went looking for a purse. I know I have a lot of bags right now, but I went looking at the thrift store for a fun, cute purse that I could take to parties, or something that would add a lot of joy to an outfit that might be a little boring. So I initially went looking for a beaded clutch bag. I didn't feel like any of them really resonated with me. You have to really love something. You have to get excited about it for you to be able to take it home and take up space in your house. So this bag was in a little bit of a sorry shape when I picked it up. It had some holes in the top wooden part of it, and I didn't know what used to be there. But what I really did love about it when I picked it up, first of all, I got super excited about the thick, really nice fabric on this thing. Here's a close-up. This fabric is chunky and I love it. And I was really excited because it's black and white stripes, and I can't really wear black and white stripes, but I always want to. But if I wear them away from my face, I can do that. So I thought this is a good candidate. I really like this wooden frame. It's really well built. It has a magnetic closure, so when it gets close, it just snaps shut, and I love it. I love how this is built. I did a reverse Google search, and you can actually get this purse on AliExpress, and it has horrible black balls right here. Not good. This purse came with a long crossbody strap, which I do love, but it's boring, but functional. So if I need it, I have it. But what I thought would be really fun is if I had a shorter handle and I could carry this bag. And that's what I did. I unblawed this bag by creating a custom handle. Creating a custom piece for yourself means that you're not going to see it anywhere else. It also means that you can build it with exactly the things that tickle and delight you. And I think that's important because I thought if I just have the right handle on this that brings me joy every time I see it, I will use the heck out of this bag. So even though it's a cheapie from AliExpress, customizing it will turn it into couture, a couture bag. Don't you like it? I like it. So I built a prototype of wire so I could see how long I wanted it and what I would need to do in order to get the handle that would make me happy. So I went to the bead store and I picked up two different kinds of beads. I picked up some green glass beads that were quite large, but when you're talking about a handle, you want to think about how it's going to feel in your hand, and I needed something kind of substantial. Nothing small that might dig into my hand in case something heavy ended up in my bag. And then I picked out these beautiful ceramic hearts that I squeed when I saw them, so I knew that even though the color was weird to me, these colors are strange, but it's the initial reaction that you have that just comes from you without you thinking it, overthinking it, no nothing. It just comes out of you. If you're excited, you love it. And I loved these. So after I built the prototype, I picked a thicker piece of brass that I made sure that my beads could string onto because the holes in the beads are always different sizes. You need to check that. You can also get the brass wire from a craft store. Any place where guys build models and they go and get their model material and their airplane glue, you can find these pieces of brass. Now, I do have jewelry tools because I make jewelry, but you can also get these tools at a place like Michael's. And once you watch 2 or 3 simple wire wrapping videos, you can get the hang of this too. I was also able to pick up these little gold clasps that I knew that I needed to clasp onto my purse. There were a couple of choices and I chose these oblong ones. And I chose them in gold because I knew that with these holes on top of the purse, it was meant for someone to be able to open the purse easily. Like there's a magnetic clasp here that's quite strong. And I knew that those holes there required something that I could twist and open the bag more easily because pulling on the wooden part isn't it. It's not the way. So I put some small gold buttons in there with some wood glue and I taped it down for the night and they dried and now I can open my bag easily. So I first made the green glass globe handle. And at first I made it 2 beads too big because I was just eyeballing everything and I did like the way that looked, but I kind of had a feeling in my gut that it needed to be a little bit shorter. So when you're making things and you've never made them before, you have to be a little brave, and you also have to expect to fail. And I wouldn't call it a failure, but I wouldn't have been happy if those extra beads had stayed on here. So I scrapped that piece of brass that I used, and I took off the 2 beads, and I started again, and I made it a little bit shorter, and now it delights me. So don't be afraid to scrap your first couple of tries. That would be normal. It shouldn't come out perfect the first time unless you are some sort of magical being who is perfect. And then the second handle, I made sure to make the right length. So I didn't need to redo this one. I did it right the first time, and I am absolutely thrilled. It looks and feels like candy. It is such a cute, feminine look for this purse. To say that I am absolutely delighted is an understatement. I can't wait to take this out on the streets. And what's really great is that if I do want to turn this into a crossbody for the day, but I want to take it out like this, but I know that later I'm going to want to hang it on my body, I could just keep the strap in the purse and switch it out later. It's a very simple switch. And that's it. That was my little project for, it only took a couple of hours, honestly, because I know what I'm doing with metal now. If you're learning it for the first time, it might take you much longer and it might be a little frustrating, but learning how to do things is super fun, and you never know where you can use that skill again, or those tools. I'm sure that when someone bought this purse off of AliExpress, and then those little black balls broke off and they gave it to the thrift store, I'm pretty sure that they did not expect that it would turn into such a little beautiful couture item that I might even take with me to Paris. So I think the point is that you can make a small change on one of the items that you already own to make it into something that absolutely thrills you every time you use it. Whereas before, it was just okay. But now, it's an absolute delight in my life. Small changes, big differences. That's what we're all about on Tuesdays. I'll see you soon.